What, so now there's two things. You got, one hanging
Yeah,
out?
it says join.
Oh, okay.
So the guys that didn't see.
There you go. There you go.
And you're recording and all that jazz?
Yep, everything's recording.
Isn't Joe Mitchell on this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he might show up.
Okay, and who else? Diane?
Yeah, she might show up. That's why it's always good to have extra people.
You got all your recording stuff?
It says it's recording, so we're good when you're ready.
It is 4:02, we'll call this meeting, Monteau Revitalization Committee meeting. Today is September 2nd at 4:02. I am here, Dave Long.
Eric Cassidy's here.
Ray Martin?
So that's our committee membership that's here at the moment. Take care of that and that. First bullet point's an easy one, I can do that.
Nothing.
I'm not there for that.
You wanna sign up for that top part. So really, I guess we'll rip through this, but the focus is really, I think, areas for improvement and then, future events, right?
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah,
the big ones. We went over quite a bit. I guess just to rehash, last meeting, we really went over like what we should be working on, at our upcoming trail event, which is gonna be the end of this month, September 28th. We have areas of focus that include that Rescue Road C, the stroll, kinda highlighting that, making that all better. Now that we're kinda rolling more into winter season than summer season, it would be nice to kinda get those gladed areas cleaned up and kinda ready for some recreational skiing and hiking and snowboarding kind of thing. God willing, we'll have some snow and we'll be able to utilize those trails for that kind of thing. Ditch lines on the Bunny Hill were another topic of conversation for last time. Has any of that clearing started? I haven't been by Monteau in a little bit. The guy from Bath,
oh no, he's maybe the end of this week or next week. He might be here, so we can talk to him about that again.
Yep.
Is that the brush hogging?
The Rick Vance guy with the boom mower
Yeah, he's, John's meeting with him Friday.
on this side of things.
What's that?
On this side of things, like the dikes and everything, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's meeting with him because he's doing everything. He's doing the dams and he's doing that stuff too.
so he's gonna go over to the Monteau side too and help out.
You might wanna check with John on that because I know there was things that we did talk about over there.
Yep.
That he was, because I met you guys over there and that he was showing them, so.
Yeah,
But you might just wanna follow up with John.
Yeah,
and see if
okay.
there's anything else that you wanna do there.
I'll follow up with John this week, make sure we're on the same page over on that side.
Okay.
Some of the camping area where the leach field is, it says one thing we want to mow back a little bit.
Yeah.
Cause there's so many branches leaning over leach field, so just
Yeah.
push that back. And then he said he'd start going up the main hill and pushing it back to
Right.
like where the rope tow used to be and everything like that.
That would be awesome.
Is that his trailer that's over there by the lodge?
No, that's
So that's,
someone, a builder
Don
guy.
Drew's doing some clearing on Bear Road, and that's the trailer for that, skid steer.
I think he's also doing some clearing up on Skiway. That same logger.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, cause Dom's got the lot here on Bear Road and then the lot on Skiway.
Oh, he's clearing that too?
And the day of the bike race or the day before or something, the logger came down to introduce himself, just to say that he was gonna be up there doing some work. And I pleaded with him just not to start over that weekend. Please just go away.
Boy.
But he was really a nice guy and he said, just let me know, I like to work with people and whatever you need, so.
You know his name, Dave?
I have his contact
I don't
information.
worry about it.
I took his, a picture of the guy that was working with him shirt, cause they didn't have a business card handy. LaHaye or Lehigh Logging out of Topsom, Vermont. Super good group of guys too. So yeah, the list kinda goes on, so I think rolling into, trail cleanup day, we could have a pretty good list of like, where do we wanna go? depending on how many people that we have available, we'll be able to keep everybody busy for however long they.
Yeah, anyone
staying busy.
willing can do up like the stroll and start that, you know? See how far we get. What time do you wanna start that day, the trail cleanup day? 8 or 9? It's a Sunday.
So,
I'd say 8,
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, that works,
We can do like
8 to noon,
8 to 12,
Yeah.
and then, whatever,
try to get
people
some
roll
pizza.
in later, or
Yeah,
whatever it should be, we'll have plenty to do. Do we want to try to organize that kiosk installation for that day, or should that be a different day?
I think that should be a different day, so we can maximize the volunteer effort on the trails.
Yeah.
But, I just put that on the agenda to follow up with that now that we're less busy with everything else and summer's kinda over. Just wanna focus on getting that up.
Yeah.
Where's it gonna go?
There's like, where the parking for the biking is, there's like a couple biking park signs and then like there's some brush and, you know, shrubbery and trees towards the end of that little island of
So
trees.
over by the lodge.
Close to the lodge, so while you're driving up, it'll be facing you as you drive into the lodge. But it won't be like in the way.
is that gonna be on, like when they're going 6x6s, is,
Yeah, yes, we were gonna dig in and put some, I think some cement into the, like, where we put the 6x6 in. So, is that what we do, or I forget what he said he was gonna do now.
Yeah, 6 by
If we
6
were gonna
is
do the
there, just concrete laid around it, so that
Yeah.
it'll be posted into the ground,
Yeah, like
and then
post-
just
yeah.
simple roof structure.
Right, we
rears.
weren't gonna do the piers, we were just gonna do a little like, dig down and put them in and stabilize them.
That was, what's his name, I can't, I have.
Ian.
Ian was gonna help us out with that, so basically you and I are gonna purchase all the materials.
Yeah, so-
And Ian's gonna build it.
If we coordinate on just getting the materials, we can get it close enough, and then when we coordinate a day for him to just install it, we can get it done. Shouldn't take more than a day.
No.
Joe's coming in.
I would like to put a date on that, if
Okay.
that's alright with you.
Okay.
I'm tired of seeing kiosk on.
Well,
the
we
agenda.
should talk to him too
Yeah.
about the date, but
I think, do you wanna plan on having the materials there for like first weekend in October?
that's fine.
Is that alright with you?
So
I don't mind picking them up, we just gotta figure out
the
what.
6th through the 10th.
were you gonna give them a Bonnie, Dave?
Yeah,
They'll deliver them for you.
Yeah, they will.
yeah,
So the 6th to the 10th of October, we'll aim for that week to get it installed.
Okay.
Well, we could even, yeah. We could even take the 11th and the 12th, you know, over the weekend too, so the 6th to the 12th, we'll call it.
kiosk installed by 10/12.
Yeah, there you go,
I needed a deadline for that.
that works.
And I don't wanna pay the $3 for the delivery.
Is that what it is? I think it went up, didn't it?
Varney and Smith, you can order like $14,000 worth of stuff, and there's, I think they went up to 5.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
They do $5 for delivery. If you order $35 worth of stuff and they deliver it to you, it's $5 for the delivery. They don't care. I don't know what they use that $5 towards, but it covers some cost.
A little bit of fuel.
Oil changes maybe.
Pizza once a year.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm kind of bouncing out of order on you here, buddy. The build email chain for self-organization, volunteer list, and email list.
Yeah, I just, I need to do that, like, just make a group chat. And then also I thought about adding like an input somewhere just on the Monteau to just get their email. That way too, I think we already have a volunteer thing, but I was thinking more like a group chat, almost like where people could talk to each other,
Yeah,
you know, so like. Sometimes people want to not be in the group chat and just be like
Be able to see it.
BCC'd.
Yeah.
So, but I was anticipating maybe more people here to talk about the idea of like the group chat, but.
so my,
Dave, just to back you up a little bit, you mentioned the cleanup day. Have you got the announcements for that? You're gonna put them on the email, you're gonna put it on.
Yeah,
Facebook,
we definitely will.
On the
Yeah,
website.
So last weekend of September, so in like two weeks from now, we'll broadcast it and then we'll, remind people during the week leading up to that weekend.
And somebody's got responsibility for that, cause I know a lot of things aren't getting out there that we're
I think we did a good job last time of getting a lot of people involved with trail cleanup. So we'll talk about it here. We'll talk about now forestry. Just remind people. We'll talk about it at the rec. But no, we sent out we do a flyer on the Facebook and the email. I did that last time. So we're having success at least from the trail cleanups, show ups.
So we're thinking that by like 10:14, 9:14 or something.
Yeah.
That we wanna have information getting out for that. Thought I'd put my phone on silent, keeps dinging out. So basically, I was gonna go through this bullet list, what I just kinda started talking about. And put that together in a list so that we have it ready
Okay.
for that cleanup, but that could be basically the same chart that would go towards this self-organization volunteer list.
Yeah, I might already have that written then, so we can look again. I'll reshare it.
Yeah. And then we can just kinda have either an in progress or completed or needs to be started, that kind of thing, and then people know. We just have to keep it updated.
Yeah.
So that kinda talks about the next focus areas for improvement, kinda was the same idea. I think
Yeah, exactly.
The 1 through 5 was kind of the important stuff. Summit view clearing, that's probably,
I think that'll be when we do forestry stuff,
Right.
but also I think like when we go through this winter, we'll be able to at least start to see where the view sections are as the trees come, or the leaves come down anyway. So, I'll get up there plenty, as long as a couple of us are getting up there in the wintertime to look at what would be a potential good view spot.
Yeah.
It's just good to plan ahead, cause I think a vista point makes Monteau all the difference as well.
yeah, you get to the top, you wanna have a view.
Yeah, and
Right now,
there's
it's just
potential for
a
that.
lot of, 20-foot tall and 25-foot tall trees.
Yeah.
So it blocks
But
everything.
you can see Black Mountain for sure, some of the Kinsman's in a different direction,
Mhm.
so it's worth exploring.
Granite State, has been kinda defunct.
Yeah, they lost leadership and now they're trying to figure things out, but it doesn't seem like they're gonna be helpful this year. I've talked to them a little bit on social media now about reconnecting everything. And I saw that they're gonna be down at Pike in a couple weeks, so I may just go down and reconnect with the same people I met last year, minus their executive director from last year, and just like restart the conversation. They would be the ones that would help us with glades and ski trails and bring up more volunteers for what's considered backcountry skiing, the skin up, ski down, no, non-machinery, no like rope tow or
Now,
whatever.
are they associated with, that Upper Valley thing over there?
The Pike Glades over there?
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about, Pike
Yeah,
Glades?
yeah.
Yes, they are, they're the ones that made it. So they're the ones that would be interested in helping out, it's just a volunteer group and, as long as, they could also come and enjoy the trails, just like any biker or whatever, any kind of skier, the same way, just ride up and go back down. And we wanna use like the stroll trail, which is like Hooker's left, the most moderate trail for skiing. We could use that as an up trail.
Nice steep hike, get the blood moving. Just on that stroll, we'll have a bullet list just for what needs to happen, so I kinda strolled over that, what needs to happen there, that rescued road C needs improvement, and then the stroll needs improvement, a lot of which is gonna include water bars. We gotta start redirecting some of that water that comes down there, it's just wreaking havoc on that, so. Anthony said it's easy.
You talking up at the top there, or were you talking about putting that bridge in, Dave?
That's
Um,
Skiway Drive entry.
Oh, no, it's like the ATV trail that goes up on the left-hand side, shouldn't call it that, cause it's
Yeah,
not
you
supposed to
shouldn't
be,
call it
but
that,
that's
yeah.
what people use it as.
It's
Um,
the farthest, it's the one in that map right there that's farthest to your left, like that trail. It's the most gradual way down, which means it's the most gradual way up. It's part of the up trail for the bikes, but not the entire, cause the bike trails zigzag back and forth from it.
Most gradual way up is the Nissan Frontier.
Yeah,
So that Granite State is just kind of an ongoing thing. I think they will be a good resource when they figure out,
yeah,
what direction they're gonna go and who their leadership is gonna be, but they've basically just taken a stance at this point that they're not taking on anything new, not doing any new projects.
yeah, and while we're talking about other foreign groups that might be helpful, I should have put this on the agenda, but bikethenorthcountry.com guy. So if you go around Littleton and Bethlehem and areas like that, there's these, there's bike stands where you get bike racks, you can park your bike and just like chain it through a bike rack. Now they have a couple gear libraries where they have like these little sheds where you can like get a code and unlock it and pay like $10 to get a coupon for free and just borrow a bike for these areas. Anyway, that guy, he gets grant money for like the greater area of the Western Whites. And he said in the future, he'd add us into his like network under his umbrella and like add us to any future grant programs so that we might get some bike racks just donated or a gear library of like used bikes that kids could just rent for cheap. So anyway, I made that contact with him and his name is Bruce and he seems like a really good guy to also be having long-term conversations with.
Sure, yeah. No, that's a good, what would be a good way to kind of keep those resources? So we've got like Granite State, we've got this Bike the North Country,
Probably it's
we've
another
got this,
spreadsheet or something. to
yeah,
put
this
on there,
Northern
so,
Forest Center.
Yeah,
I feel like we need a chart,
Yeah.
to kind of keep these things
I
organized.
have it
with
on a whiteboard at my house.
Do
Yeah.
That doesn't help me.
No, I know. No, we can make a spreadsheet like a Google one,
Or put your camera on it.
Yeah.
And you can pull it
a
up
live
here.
feed,
Yeah,
So we
right.
can see it.
A live feed, so
Yeah.
it's always working.
yeah.
On the Northern Forest Center, I am been trying to get in touch with Joe or trying to meet Joe Fox to have a pre-meeting. He is open for the October 7th meeting, and hopefully, he'll be able to give us a short presentation then. So he's tentatively on the agenda for then.
Okay,
And I'll
For this meeting, are you talking about?
in October. like
Yeah,
next-
our next meeting you talking about, Anthony?
yeah, the next meeting, yes.
Yes.
I told him we meet the first Tuesday. He said, "Okay, October 7th." I didn't double check the calendar.
Yeah. Cool, that'd be awesome. And just real quick, can you talk about what they have available or what they would offer to us or could potentially offer?
Well, I don't know exactly what they offer, but they have helped develop the trails at the Kingdom in Vermont. They've helped with the Carabasset trails in Sugarloaf, Maine, and just recently our local mountain biking organization, the Bark Eater Trail Alliance, which we maintain about 100 miles of trails here in my area, just joined forces with the Northern Forest Center as well. I don't know what they provide, but they're doing something. For example, I was at East Haven and I was up on top of the hill there, and there's Bike the Borderline bike racks and a nice big huge kiosk overlooking the mountains. I don't know, and that's what I'd like to find out. Along with everyone, it seems they do provide a lot of support because just for example, they joined up with Beta. Actually, they helped sponsor we had a mountain bike festival. Beta has an annual mountain bike festival here, and they were one of the sponsors. So I
Okay,
didn't see any merchandise from them, so maybe they kicked in some money. I don't know.
yeah, I'm just wondering what kind of questions we should work on having ready for us, but I'm sure
Well,
we'll come up.
that's why I really want to have I don't like the idea of pre-meetings, but I really want to have a pre-meeting with him so that I can, get something like that, get a little bit of information before the meeting to help you guys or, help us make better use of his time when he does show up. So I'll definitely be looking at just, I'm there and he's busy and He's busy. We've been having a hard time. I've been trying for about a year, kind of like the Granite State Alliance.
Granite
But
State, same
but this
story.
guy is
Everybody's
ready.
busy. Yeah.
Well, yeah. This guy, he's totally, on board and active, in mountain biking. Just need to get a time. But that's my plan anyway.
Okay. All right. Well, just keep us in the loop with that, please. So we talked about that. We talked about kiosk, trail markers.
Still working on that.
Still working on
Yeah,
in progress.
and, yeah. I think we have like Ray's plan, which is a fine plan, and then we'll just get some samples going at some point.
You haven't fired up that printer yet?
No, it came so late into my recovery that I bought like a kit to put together, and I haven't had the time to actually put it together now that my leg's healed. So,
You're out hiking,
yeah, getting my
having fun, right?
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
using
good.
the summertime, so I'll get to it now that in the future.
I mean, the trails are marked. People can get around.
Yeah,
on
they're
them.
already
It's
there. It's
not
just yeah.
Um, at those lower trails held up really well over like the last few times I've been walking around
Yep.
them. I haven't been in about a month at this point, but they're well maintained. They look good.
Yep.
That new trail that goes out there by the pond and kind of loops around is neat.
Yep.
The fish jump like crazy in there.
Yeah. Saw a big turtle.
It's pretty neat.
Pretty
Oh,
much.
really? In that little retention pond?
Yeah. Just swimming around.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Future events. There was some discussion last time about possibly a running.
Yeah, I think
Trail
that's
running.
still possible.
Yeah.
According to Amber, who's one of our new neighbors, she said she's already talked to a lot of people in the community that do that kind of thing, and they would love to have a Western Whites like location like this. But not this year, probably next year.
Yeah, sure.
So we'll keep following that conversation, and that group and community. I think one of the women in that group, just like yesterday or last night, like finished the fastest known time for like running up all the 4,000 footers in like 5.5 days or something. So it's the fastest known female time ever, so it's pretty cool. So
Wow.
people like that would be in that kind of race group. And,
Yeah, sure. And I
It's
just,
only a little hill compared to those.
yeah, I know, right? It's just a different thing. It would be an event day, a fun day, and more social for them. Because when they're running up these other mountains, it's like catch me if you can,
Yeah,
well, I wonder if they would do it the same way, like if they would wanna look at it as there's 5 uphills, right? Like,
Yeah, right.
so then they would use the stroll to get down and
Yeah,
then be running up, you got
probably
5
something like that.
uphill courses.
Yeah, it'd be the opposite of the bike. Yeah,
That sounds
10 laps.
yeah,
Yeah.
in 10 laps or something crazy. Yeah, like 2 each or something. But I think it's something they're interested in.
Yeah, more
so,
power to them.
Yeah.
and Anthony
Yeah.
will lead them.
What's that?
Anthony will lead them.
Yeah.
Anthony, you'll be the leader on your e-bike. Oh, you muted yourself. Anything else come to mind as far as, I mean, we'll potentially have that mountain bike event again, next year. Maybe if they're doing it,
Yeah.
and they seem gung ho, they definitely want to, but there's always a possibility that just doesn't happen and they don't have it, so.
Yeah.
Other resources that we wanna be kinda keeping in mind,
When would you get any kind of?
usually December.
They
He,
start talking about
he likes making his schedule
it for the
and
year.
he always says December, but then it's usually January, but he usually has his schedule out by January. With his game plan for the year, so.
Yeah. If we don't hear anything by January, we'll start looking for other vendors or other concepts and see what else is a good idea for the mountain. The run, we'll pursue that. Yeah, I mean, if we don't, I'll go see the Granite State people and like maybe I think they're coming up in about 2 weeks, so I'll just go have a conversation, see where they're at. Let them know that if we start opening things up, they can come explore. That way they know it with the snow on the ground.
Mhm.
And see what they would advise from that standpoint. But they have like, events too, like, once we get involved with the snow stuff too, so they have their own kind of fun days and, parties and stuff where that the base of that mountain could just be a really nice asset and, you know, could be used exactly for, as intended for some of the things they host.
Could I introduce a subject for just for your thoughts on it? You know, I was talking with whoever about all this stuff, and they wanted to know if you were considering forming a nonprofit or an LLC to protect
I think
the
that
district.
makes more sense if we weren't a government municipality.
Okay, so you aren't really you're a government, not a private thing. But anyway, just
Right.
something someone I was telling about the project, and they threw it out there.
Yeah, no, I think our public status already gives us the benefits or better that like these people think an LLC or something would help
Okay, yeah,
with. Yeah.
it's
I
probably
just had
something
a
for the
some
lawyers
guy
to.
kept telling me, you know, form an LLC like the other day. I was just talking about this. I was like, no, I think we're like a public entity. It's okay. And he was like, yeah, form an LLC. I was like, you're not hearing.
Okay,
I think when I described the project, I described it as a private homeowners
Maybe.
district, so that
Yeah.
might have queued that up.
yeah, so the district is already a municipality, so that
So we're
basically
like
takes care
tax
of that,
exempt
you're
from.
basically operating as a nonprofit.
Yeah.
Um, Perfect, I didn't have anything else on my list, I don't think.
No, I think we just build up a good vision or plan for the trail cleanup day. See where we get on that trail cleanup day.
Yeah,
From there, if we want to do another one before the winter happens, maybe we set one up in October as well.
I'm excited to see if we can get, the guy there, if he's able to do that before our trail cleanup day.
I think so. I think
Then
if he's
we
coming,
can start looking at those areas, because especially next to the leach field,
yeah,
good spot for maybe some intermediate trails to
Right.
build in,
Yeah.
maybe some sort of a little pump track or something in that area. But I think that there's definitely some opportunity if we can steal back some of that forest land a little bit.
yeah, and we need to over there anyway.
There was discussion at our last meeting about, potential for grants, like federal money for
Yeah.
grants. I don't know if anybody did anything with that, but
I'm gonna work with John on that, and I haven't done anything with it,
He emailed you recently about something. Or John, which John?
John,
Yeah,
your buddy John.
yeah, right on Hemlock. Yeah,
He emailed me,
yeah. Maybe you've been busy. I don't know.
which you emailed,
I think your Mount Lakes.
Lakes?
Yeah,
okay, I'll double check.
yeah. But yeah, he was looking into it a little bit at least. So whatever's available,
Yeah, we had a brief conversation about
yeah.
it, but I gotta set
it
it.
might be through state funds more than federal, if there was anything.
State gets it from federal.
Okay.
and it all comes from you and me.
Yeah.
Who was that, John who?
Glazer is his last name.
Glazer? I know, there's too many Johns.
I know.
Dave, the other thing that you guys had talked about, way back when is, people, and maybe this comes with the kiosk, but we should probably have something there that says,
Yeah.
donations if you
Yeah.
use the hill or something like that.
Yeah.
To help, revitalize Monteau, and, something at the kiosk would probably make sense for
100%.
that, because a lot of times when I go over there, there's somebody on the hill.
Yep.
Talk to people, they say they love it, and, they say you need some easier trails though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That is 100% going to be one of the first things on our kiosk board.
Yeah.
Definitely, and that will stay always.
So kiosk is really trail map.
Yeah. We're just wrapping up old plans, right? So we got to get the trails going.
Blurb about
Kiosk.
Monteau.
Do you have a glass front on that thing to put stuff
Like a
inside of it?
plexiglass.
Plexiglass.
Plexiglass, yeah.
Anthony, you
It's
said
in my
you had a
basement.
piece of that. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, let me know when that thing. I'm kind of wrapped up in this project right now, but I definitely want to make a trip over there. And I mean, you can always pick it up, but I'm trying to get over there for at least a little while.
We're gonna try to have that kiosk built by October 12th.
Okay.
if the plexiglass had to go on after the fact, that would be fine as well, it'll be
No,
protected.
it's at the house, and well, I don't wanna leave my mother alone, or I wanna see my mom, you
Yeah,
know, I took on the job, I'm the head race marshal for the World Cup here in Lake Placid, so kind of in over my head.
sure, yeah. Well, best of luck with that, sounds like a lot.
Yeah, I need it.
There- what else should we have on that kiosk? I started to draw up like a Canva thing on it. I had the trail map, I had the blurb about Monteau, I had a QR code that would bring you to Trail Forks, just with like the Trail Forks app on it, or the Trail Forks.
I mean, reference in general Mountain Lakes information.
Blurb about Monteau and the district.
Hopefully, you'll
Yeah,
have
I
the
mean,
sponsors on there someday too.
Say that again?
Hopefully, someday we'll be posting the sponsors' names on that
sure.
on
Right.
that board too.
But we can have it adjustable too, so you know, seasonal information or anything else that we need to, we can. It'd be good. Maybe we put the plexiglass on some hinges or something.
Then there's always been another idea that I've heard of somebody taking over that area as far as, like renting that space from
Yeah,
us entirely.
eventually, if the asset becomes desirable enough.
Right.
Dave, is that guy, you ever have a conversation with him, the guy that owns a bike, I can't remember his name,
Yeah, he wasn't interested.
brother,
He showed interest at first, I can't think of his name right off the top of my head, High Intensity Bike Shop, he used to, Tom Barassa.
okay.
He had a shop right here at the top of like where 116 meets, Route 10. And he moved, and he did show some interest, but then he said, no, he wanted to stay where he was. He was mostly mail order, so it was, um, but yeah, the potential for something like that, where we could take some of that lodge space and be able to use it as more of a rental. Is that something that we are looking towards, or not, or that might be outside of the scope of this, but
I don't
you
think
you
it's
get
outside the
so
scope of this. If
far,
we get something that goes with
Yeah,
this, that would make all the sense in the world.
yeah. I think like the more people frequent utilizing, you know, the recreation side, the more valuable like that lower side of the lodge could be.
right,
So we could, you know, I know it operated as some kind of like last run pub or something back in the day when people would, you know, utilize it, you know, during the ski season or whenever. Um, this was way before my time, but I've seen some of the signage and heard
Sure.
stories, so they definitely want to get to that level of like, you know, people
so
enjoying
it's
it.
building, I mean, I just think like we could build this, it's gonna build slowly and methodically the way that we're gonna do it, and then as it becomes more valuable, we outsource that. I just, like with a volunteer base, we're only ever gonna get so far.
Right, yeah, and we're not gonna operate businesses as a public entity,
Correct.
it just doesn't make any sense.
I think one place to start when things get rolling just a little bit is a snack stand. You know,
Yeah,
just you know, petty, you know, just a tiny thing as a kick. I was just thinking, like at the Kingdom, when I went in one of the way out corners of the trail, they always had a little, you know, snack stand, and it did a really good business just selling snacks and
and,
drinks and stuff.
and this goes back to, you know, a concept like if we had a rope tow within the next 5 years for kids to learn to ski or do just like tubing and sledding down the bunny hill.
Right.
You know, we could have chocolate out there or some,
Yeah.
you know, all these things kind of already existed in the past.
Sure.
So
And a lot of that infrastructure is slash was there.
yeah.
So unearthing it, you know, doing some of this.
We
trail
probably need
cleanup.
new stuff, but I just met another guy who's got 3 rope tows that are like custom built in Vermont.
Hmm?
I don't know the legalities of it, but he has 3 different car engines just running rope tows. And he's like, but it's like a public entity that's doing it. And he's like, check your rules in New Hampshire, but here's what I'm doing. He showed me. It was pretty cool. It's like an hour and a half away from here. So
Our engines running it.
Yeah, that's what he showed. It like looked like the half of a car just chopped in half. And he
That's
just,
how there was a rope tow in Lisbon, and that's how theirs operated for years. The truck is still up there.
yeah.
The truck was
There-
up the
There's a little
top.
one outside of Current, Vermont, on Route 25 there.
Yep.
I
It
forget what
might
it's
be
called.
that. It might be that
It's
North Slope
halfway
or
between
something.
Bradford and
Yeah, northeastern slopes.
Montpelier.
Yeah. I
It
got
looks
to
like it's operating when I drove by. Like, wow.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
and they're
northeast
100%
slopes.
yeah.
volunteer
Joey
based.
heard northeast
Yeah,
slopes.
northeast slopes is fantastic. It's volunteer ran.
It's
Yeah. So
volunteer
I met a
run.
guy who
They
was running it.
they have the fastest rope tow in the area,
Till
and
Monteau
I think
gets going.
it might be the oldest too, but it's super fast.
Maybe it's world
One of
famous.
the things that cause I had looked into that years ago, and all their entire Facebook posts at that time, I haven't been on it in a long time, but was all like, we need volunteers, right?
Yeah.
We're not gonna be able to open, we're not gonna be able to do this, we're not gonna be able to do that, because we're lacking volunteer efforts. So that's where I kinda go, when I'm like you
Well,
can
yeah.
only get so
Yeah.
far with volunteers,
And
right?
that's true, but I mean, like we had a rec director for summertime.
Yeah.
If we had more of a need, there might be a rec director for wintertime in the future, and that would be a quasi, run thing at that point. But at least like if we needed someone to operate the rope tow or something, that could be a higher job. But once,
I was gonna say in my town, they use high school kids. I mean, usually there is one town representative, they're an adult, but they use the high school kids to run the rope tow, top and bottom.
yeah. So
And the kids love it. The high school kids love it.
and all the snack bar staff, that's all they talk about with Monteau to me this summer. So now the pressure's on, in my opinion, because there's all these 14 to 16-year-old kids that want it before they graduate.
Right, and if you're really looking at like weekend openings, right, you're not gonna be open 7 days a week, it would be a Saturday, Sunday to
And
start
maybe like a Wednesday or Thursday night.
night.
Like one of those,
Night
break up the
lights.
week nights,
Yeah.
get everyone out there, and then the weekends. And so that would be cool once we get, enough going on the winter side of things.
Alright, so nothing additional at this point, I
No.
just said it's a good conversation to have, I guess, is,
Yeah.
but really just to continue on what we're doing, keeping the trails clear, opening it up and making it more and more successful as we can, and then those things will
Yeah,
fall into place.
and we should be working towards opening up the ski trails as best we can.
Absolutely.
We don't need Granite State to do it with us.
I wouldn't mind some grant money.
Yeah, that'll be good.
And laborers to clean out the woods. It's a lot of work.
Absolutely.
Abe
Yeah.
knows.
Alright, good, anybody have anything else they wanted to talk about?
Did you guys touch base on the finances of the bike race yet?
Yeah, at our last meeting we did, Joe, I don't have the whole spreadsheet right
It
here,
was
but
a net
basically
of just over 4,300 net. 6,700 gross profit. So
no, gross,
that's what
revenue.
it's gross, right?
And 4385 was profit.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I wrote down.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anybody have anything else?
So we'll just work together towards the kiosk thing,
Yeah, so right now it's really kiosk, it is,
trail cleanup.
getting the trail cleanup stuff figured out for the 14th, and then just bullet listing, everything that's on our minutes from last month.
Yep.
And that'll be kind of our guiding.
And I'll keep working on trail markers.
Cool. Hearing nothing else, motion to adjourn,
I'll second.
any opposed? We'll call this meeting to end at 4:41.
Cool. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks,
ya.
guys.